Hi, my name is Alan, and I'm about to introduce Colleen.
Hello.
Do you want to tell us a little bit about yourself?
Sure. My name is Colleen Clinkenbeard, and I am an ADR director, actor, and producer. I work mostly with Crunchyroll studios, but also with some video game studios and other places, and you might hear me on commercials every now and again.
So as an ADR director, what do you look for in terms of your actors to give the best performances? Like, do you give them any notes beforehand, or do you like to let them do what they do and then tell them afterwards?
I generally like to see what an actor's going to bring to the table, because you never know when it's going to surprise you. And if they're automatically just trying to give you what they think you want, then they will automatically be editing themselves. But that being said, shortly after I see what they're bringing, I will usually give some kind of direction to nudge them a little bit, and if I'm not seeing something that is specifically surprising and we need to go that direction now. And so we do usually like 3 takes is about average for dubbing anyway.
Cool.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, so I know that you had this. Oh, you're so kind, thank you. Okay, so between School Rumble and Shin-Chan, which series did you have the most fun voicing in? Because they're very comedic. Both of them are quirky.
They are. They're both so funny, aren't they? Those were 2 that were a lot of fun. And I feel like we were doing more of that type of show back then too. I would say I probably had more fun voicing for Shin-Chan, but mostly just because I was in it more. I did more directing and producing for School Rumble than I did the acting. So, and my character was a little bit more of a straight person rather than the funny person. But Hima and Maso and Shin-Chan were hilarious all the time.
Of course. Okay.
So, as far as your personal preferences, what are some of your favorite anime to watch?
Oh, to watch?
Yeah.
Okay, so my top 3 anime of all time, and for sure I'm biased. I'm picking ones that I directed because I'm super close to them, but it's also true, are Full Metal Alchemist, Steins Gate, and My Hero Academia. Those are my top 3.
Nice. Brotherhood or the original?
I like both of them. I wouldn't compare them because they're 2 different animals, and I think they're both awesome. The original is a little bit nearer and dearer to my heart because I directed that one and I didn't direct on Brotherhood. But I just loved the animation, and the music in that one I thought was phenomenal, and the character development. It was just like the whole package for an anime. Fruits Basket is up there too. I want to slip that one in there.
Okay. I noticed that you voiced Lilith in Borderlands 2. Have you played any of the other Borderlands in the series, or if so, which one was your favorite?
Have I played them, or did I voice in them?
No, played the others after, voicing them.
Oh, did I play the game?
Yeah.
I don't have a system. So my husband and I, the last system we had was a PlayStation 2. And we would play Champions of Norath and stuff. I'm trying to think of the other one, Baldur's Gate, all the time. And then I started getting into video games like Borderlands, can't talk. And I wanted to start playing it, so I tried to get on somebody else's system, and you have to be like a computer genius now. You have to be a super genius to play these video games. So I admire anybody who's doing it. I'm gonna get a system someday and actually try to play my games, because they're so fun and beautiful. And nowadays, the graphics and everything are just so phenomenal. I feel like the storylines for those in particular were amazing, and I would love to see them all the way through, but I've got a kid, so.
Oh, when you get the chance, definitely.
Yeah.
Tiny Tina's Wonderland next. That's the newest one that came out. Yeah.
In retirement. That's going to be me in retirement.
Just playing games.
So, speaking of video games, what do you enjoy about anime voiceovers versus video game voiceovers?
I feel like it's kind of, they both have their high points, right? They both have the things that make them the most fun aspects of themselves. To me, video game voice acting is more free. I get the script and then I get to create a character, and I'm not married to mouth movements, and I'm not married to something that some choices that somebody else made for the role before. So I get to help create that character, and it's a more freeing experience as an actor. But that being said, with dubs, I get to see the completed scene before I record the scene, which means that I have a really good, solid idea of what that should feel like. So if I see the scene and I get to hear the music and I get to get in tune with what the character is feeling, then I'm ready to go. I'm crying when I'm supposed to cry. I know how far away that other character is. It's done. Whereas with the video game, I'm kind of relying on the director and or guessing about stuff like that. So that means that sometimes you can find out in the, like when you're actually playing the game, that I'm actually closer to that other character than I thought, and I'm talking really loudly, or, you know, it might not always sound like we're talking to each other. So there's kind of 6 of one, half a dozen of the other in terms of what I like the most.
Awesome.
Okay, so if you had to choose, would you prefer to live in the future of Psychopaths or of Space Dandy, and why?
I'm gonna pick Space Dandy. It seems less harrowing and more comedic, and I think that it's funny that you say that, because Scarlet, the character that I play in Space Dandy, at my studio at Crunchyroll, we all have little avatars with our name plates. So when you come to our desk, you can see any character that they've decided to put on there and their name. And mine is Scarlet from Space Dandy, because that's kind of who I feel like at work.